Oh. Oh. Yes. Hi guys. I don't really have an intro yet. I don't really want to say hi guys like everybody else. But for now I'm gonna say that, so hi. My name is Papaya. And this is my YouTube channel. This is my very first video on my YouTube channel. It's basically just a very easy, everyday glam. I don't know, this is like work day. This is my first YouTube channel. I am going to be doing a lot of different types of tutorials and videos that's going to be on mainly 3 things: makeup, skincare, and hair. So without further ado, here is the video. We're going to start with the primers. I'm going to go in with my favorite primer, the Milk Makeup Blur Stick. This retails for about $36. Definitely worth the price, especially with how much product you get. I got this in July of last year, so it's definitely worth the money and the product itself alone. The next primer that I'm going to use is the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. I actually just got this maybe a couple of weeks ago, and it's actually really good. And even though it's gel, it's still, as soon as it hits the skin or gets rubbed in anywhere, it's like matte. I also like to spread the primer onto my eyebrows because it gives a good base for when I actually do them. And that is a perfect segue into the next step, which is my eyebrows. I use a E.L.F. smudge brush, a Maybelline Define a Line eyeliner pen in Ebony Black, the Essence Make Me Brow eyebrow gel. Alright, so now that the filler part of my brows are done, I'm going to conceal around the edges just to clean up a little bit. I'm gonna go in with my Laura Geller Easy Cover Up Hydrating Concealer Crayon in the shade Medium, and I'm going to use an E.L.F. concealer brush. Brows are all filled in. I'm going to blend out the concealer with a damp beauty blender. This is the Real Techniques beauty sponge, and I'm just gonna take whatever side and just blend in. Some chapstick. My lips are ashy. So the next part that I'm going to work on is the concealer. First I'm going to color correct, and then I'm going to go on with the rest of my face. Usually I just use an orange corrector. This is the LA Girl Pro Conceal HD Concealer in the shade Orange Corrector. What the orange color does is cancel out dark spots or dark areas of the face, so I like to put it under my eye and on the mustache peach fuzz area. In with my Laura Geller Brighten-And-Conceal Multitasking Concealer in Porcelain. Now I'm going to take that same beauty blender and blend out. Before mixing in your foundation, you should set your color correcting concealer, because I know a few times I've used foundation right after this and I'll spread it around my skin and I'll realize that the orange corrector is all over my face. I like to use the NYX Pro Contour Palette in this peach shade right here. These two pans are supposed to be switched, but I took them out. So I'm just going to tap into you're supposed to shake before you use it, but this has a pretty good following because it is a really good medium coverage foundation. Mine is in the shade 330, which is Toffee / caramel on the back of my hand, and I'm going to use the flat side of the Beauty Blender. Have it on the back and just blend. Also, I know it might make your edges or baby hairs frizzy, but you're supposed to take the sponge and kind of blend it into the hairline. Just because if you don't do that, it'll be a ring and you can specifically see where the foundation stopped and where your real skin starts. So it's always good to put it into the hairline as well. Now I'm going to step into the next part, which is concealer. I'm going to use the Maybelline Age Rewind concealer in the shade medium, and then I'm going to use the NYX HD concealer in the shade golden. What a lot of people might not know, your face naturally has bright and darker areas because of the contour of how your face is. And when you put on foundation, it's just all one shade, so kind of cancel those places out. So that's why it's important to use a brightening concealer, which is a shade or 2 or 3 lighter than your foundation. Go in with a side that hasn't really been used. It's important to never use the same side of your beauty blender that you used on another part of your face, because you might get that product that's left over in the sponge mixed in with the product that you're trying to blend with. So I'm going to steer away from the color correcting side and start on this side. Next, I'm going to go into contour, and I'm going to use LA Girl Pro concealers again, and this is the shade Dark Cocoa. I'm going to start mattifying my skin. I'm going to use the Makeup Revolution Luxury Powder in Banana, and I'm just going to set under the eyes and in the forehead. Darkest color in the palette, and I'm going to use an E.L.F 101 powder brush. Okay, so now I'm going to cut the contour with my powder brush again and the same Banana Makeup Revolution powder. This is going to give me a sharper contour, and it's just really gonna even things out a little bit. I don't really like blush that much, but since this is my first video, I'm going to use some. I'm going to use the E.L.F blush palette in the color Dark, and I'm going to just tap into this color and swipe against my cheeks. This is just a regular brush. It's really cheap. I got it from Rite Aid. And I make sure I smile so I can get my cheekbones. And that's it. Now, before I go to the next step, which is my eyes, I'm going to set the face. I'm going to use my favorite setting spray. It's very affordable. In fact, all the things in this video I use, or I am going to use, are really affordable drugstore makeup. But I'm going to use the setting spray, the Milani Make It Last 16-hour wear. And they're not lying when they say that this stuff is really good. Okay, and I don't really stop. I like to use more than one setting spray, and I'm going to go in with the NYX Matte Finish setting spray. I'm going to use the MAC x Selena collection eyeshadow in No Me Quede Mas. What I'm going to be using is the Morphe M411 brush, and this is good for kind of blending out any type of colors in the crease, and that's basically all I'm going to be doing. Before I go any further, I forgot a super important step in the very beginning. My eyebrow gel. And I'm going to use this shade right here. I'm going to set the brush right in the crease of my eye while it's closed, and then open and blend. Okay, next I'm going to use my Wet n Wild Kohl liner in the color brown. I'm going to take the Kohl liner and actually go into the waterline. This is going to create definition to my eye, and what I also like to do is put it right above the lash line as well. So now is one of my favorite parts. I'm going to put on my lashes. The glue I use is the Duo eyelash adhesive in the color black. And I'm going to take my Posy lashes by Kiss and just slide it against the glue. Before you put these lashes on, you are supposed to let the glue dry or get tacky, as some might say. So as the glue dries, I'm going to go in with the Voluminous Lash Paradise by L'Oreal. So I feel like my eyelashes need to dry for a little bit more, so I'm going to go right into my lips, and I'm going to use the Rimmell London lip liner in the shade Cocoa foundation off my lips, so I can actually see where to put the liner at. And also, I'm just going to take my lashes and curl them this way, just so they'll be able to fit on my eye a little bit better. Okay, now that my lashes are on, I'm going to go in with my lips. I'm going to use my favorite gloss, Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb. Alright, now that my lips and my face is done, there is one last step, but it is highlights that aren't exactly sold in stores. Maybe this one, but not really this one. This one I actually scraped from the Carli Bybel Times BH Cosmetics palette. Her first one before the deluxe one. She had this really pretty gold highlighter shade that I loved. So I put it in here. I'm going to take a E.L.F contour brush. I've always been using this as a highlighter brush. I feel like this kind of wraps around my face the way I'd want it to. NYX Matte Finish Spray. And just apply it to the cheeks or cheekbones. Next, I'm going to go in with my DIY highlighter. This is actually a crushed up E.L.F Baked Trio eyeshadow. This is the Peach Please, I think. I'm gonna do my hair. I'll be right back. So, all done. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I am super excited to keep updating you guys with new tutorials. So, if you like the video, please like, subscribe, share, comment. It would mean a lot to me, and I have a lot of things in store, so stay tuned and goodbye.